From the moment the mother entered the grand hall, the air tightened with a strange electric pressure, as if every breath carried the weight of expectation. A line of nervous girls stood shoulder, each hoping to become the chosen one, each hoping to win a life they could barely imagine. The mother raised her hand sharply and said, coldly and confidently, "Next, you're staying. Any doubts?"
Oh.
Her voice cut through the room like a blade, and just like that, the first few were dismissed while the remaining three, Mary, Lisa, and Gabby, stood frozen yet hopeful, their eyes shining with a dangerous mix of excitement and ambition. When the mother waved the other girls away with a smug, almost theatrical smirk and muttered, "Goodbye, losers," the tension snapped into a new form, the beginning of a strange, twisted contest. As the chosen girls gathered, one of them whispered, shaking slightly, "What's the next step?" The mother turned toward them with the confidence of someone who controlled not just the room but the future. "Simple," she announced dramatically. "I want grandchildren. Whoever gives my son a child first becomes his wife." The girls gasped, some delighted, some stunned, some calculating. One of them giggled breathlessly. "With such a handsome man, it would be a pleasure." The mother laughed. Calm down, that's not my son. That's my bodyguard." Then she proudly summoned the real prize. "Austin, sweetheart, come say hi." Austin rolled into the room in his wheelchair, handsome, self-assured, and unexpectedly soft-eyed. The music in the luxurious hall seemed to hush at his presence. The girls stared at him, slightly confused, but still wildly eager. One whispered under her breath, "I don't care about the wheelchair, he's rich." And from that moment forward, the story became something far more complicated than a competition. One of the girls took her turn first. She strutted into Austin's room confidently, closing the door behind her with a seductive smile. She leaned forward, whispering, "Let's make a baby. For us." But Austin's expression didn't change. He sighed softly and said, "You're beautiful. But everything below my waist doesn't work. I can't give my mother a grandchild." Her smile cracked in an instant. Hearing the truth, she tried to adjust, tried to smile again, but her disappointment was impossible to hide. Austin gently gestured toward the door. "Maybe it's better if you go." And she left as quickly as she came, dream shattered, motives exposed. The second girl entered with theatrical confidence, dressed in a costume that felt more like a performance than reality. She tried posing, flirting, teasing anything to get a reaction. Austin stared, stunned, and a little embarrassed. "Stop," he finally said. "Please. I don't want this." She scoffed and stormed out, clearly offended that her strategy hadn't worked on him. "Then you stepped inside. You didn't wear flashy clothes. You didn't pout or pose. You didn't try to impress him at all. You simply walked in quietly, hands folded nervously, heart hammering against your ribs." Austin looked up at Urili, looked tanned, something in his eyes softened instantly. "You weren't there to compete. You weren't there to seduce. You were terrified, unsure, and heartbreakingly honest." Before he could speak, you whispered shakily, "I didn't want to join this competition." Austin blinked, confused. You swallowed and continued, "Your mother, she threatened me with deportation. Getting married is the only way I can stay in this country. But I'm not ready to do all of this. I'm not like the others." The tears you fought so hard to hide suddenly glimmered in your eyes. Austin's expression shifted from curiosity to admiration in a heartbeat. "I admire you," he said gently, "for staying true to yourself, for not lying, for not pretending." His voice grew even softer. "And don't worry. I will never force you to do anything. You're free to go whenever you want." Something inside you cracked, not from fear, but from relief. You nodded, blinking back tears, and quietly stepped out of the room. What you didn't notice was how Austin watched you, Levi's lingering, heart unexpectedly touched. Later that day, the mother gathered the girls again. Some arrived, proudly sporting fake baby bumps, others holding forged test results. The mother examined them with a stone-cold face, until one girl stepped forward dramatically, insisting, "My belly is real." The mother's eyes narrowed. She lifted a medical report with a chilling calmness. "You're pregnant," she said, "but not with my son's child." The girl's face drained of color. What followed was chaos, shouting, excuses, accusations. The mother pointed to the door. Get out of my house. You don't deserve my son. She dismissed the others too, including her own assistant. One by one, everyone left. Everyone except you. As the room quieted, Austin approached you with a shy but warm smile. The truth is, he began, my mother always knew I couldn't have children. You stared at him, shocked. He continued, but you were the only one who didn't try to trick us. You were the only one honest enough to walk away. His voice grew gentle. I don't know what the future looks like for us, but I promise. I will do everything I can to make sure you're not deported. We'll face this together. And in that moment, something gentle, something warm, something beautifully fragile began to bloom between you and him. Not passion, not pressure, not desperation, but the beginning of love. Soft, unexpected, real.